Man, man, I was pissed right now. Update technology. Look, they're always freezing. Technology is great when it works, but when it doesn't, man, it doesn't. So I did a live, and then I couldn't upload in HD, which I'm already having problems trying to fix all the little glitches I got. And then I couldn't download it to my phone. I was like, what's going on? And I went and looked. My stupid phone was not stupid. My phone updated itself, and I had to go in and like do all. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Let me get a sip of my rum and cocaine. I'm ready. I had my talking. See, I got my talking points, and I come out here and I'm ready to go click a live. I'm not trying to go out here and do just talk randomness. I got some talking points, and I want to go along with my talking points. And just, hold on, I'm calming down. The blood pressure is going down right now. Look at, thinning out the blood, thinning out the blood right now. Mm. Okay, all right, all right. Anyways, yesterday I did a live, and I was talking about the Democrats in Texas pulling a little publicity stunt, going to Washington D.C. and trying to basically exposing themselves. And I did a video a couple days ago about shooting the dagger, and it's not like I did anything. It was just kind of it was like for symbolic purposes. Okay, shooting the dagger. It's not like I'm shooting the dagger and waving a wand, but there was a reason, because I did a card pull, and it was about Trump's return, and it was about the veil being lifted, which I keep saying. And I'm gonna show you the card that when I saw it, I knew it. Okay. Sorry, I'm still a little heated, but I'm coming down. It's this card. Okay. And when I said shoot the dagger, it's because this evil has been put upon us. Okay. These people ginned up some evil spirits. And you see the daggers, you see the swords, you see the battle wounds, you see everything we had to go through in 2020, okay? And now the little hummingbird of enlightenment is coming down, right? And so what I was basically doing was symbolically taking the weapons that they used against us, which is karma, and I was taking the sword of the archangel Michael and throwing it like a dart, right? And that was taking the wounds of the battlefield, taking like this dagger right here that we had to go through in 2020, and symbolically releasing it to the universe and asking if you guys can make it humorous. That was my symbolic way of saying, it's the tides are turning, because I knew it was turning because I pulled this card of the veil being lifted. If you see, this is like a veil being lifted, and the enlightenment's coming. That's why we have all this information pouring out of everywhere. And so the significance of the people that left Texas was very significant, because I said I'm gonna shoot the dagger, and then you see Abbott grab the dagger, and he cut off all those Democrats, because that was the cancerousness that they've sent into Texas to try to take it over. Even Abbott himself wasn't aware. They were just like, well, these are Democrats, let's go vote. And then he went to vote, and then they saw these people go on a private plane and just take off. And these people literally sacrificed their financial future and their political future, because they are signed on to something that people need to start understanding what is going on. Okay, these people are signed on to something that is, like George Carlin said, a big old club, and you and I ain't in it. And they're starting to be exposed. And when I shot the dagger, I said it's time to cut the tentacles off. And what happened was Texas got to see a tentacle get cut from D.C. And where did they run to? They didn't run to South Carolina. They didn't run to California. They didn't run to Mazatlan or whatever, Mazatlan. No, they ran to Washington, D.C., to the swamp, okay, and exposed themselves. People of color, whatever. We shall overcome. Where they put all the people of color in front of the camera. Yeah, they did. And that's what they've been doing over 2020. And that's why I said throw the dagger, throw the karma of what they've done to us over 2020 and 2021. Throw it back at them. It's time that the universe just throw it back at them. And that's why I said shoot the dagger. You understand? So I'm releasing it. That's why I got a little upset. That's why I'm calming down, because I released it, and then, technology, whatever. But we're here now. So, anyways, and then what they did after that, what did they do? They threw Fauci up there, right? Dr. Anthony Fauci. Dr. Fauci. They throw Fauci up there, and what is he talking about? We need
special messengers to go out there and deliver the messages to the houses. No, we're not gonna send any of the gulags to the gulag.
No, because and then what else came behind him? They want to check our text messages, and so he's threatening in a non-threatening way. This is how they're doing it, and why they needed to pull those people to the Capitol is because they needed to send a message to their people, their ground troops, to say, "Look, we got you. You come here, we got you. We got a plane ticket and everything." Those people have just sacrificed because they signed on to it and they knew this was coming. That's what you got to understand. They signed on to this evil. They signed on to this stuff. So they knew that it's possibly, if we reject it, that's what it is. They give it to you, and if you accept it, they just keep going. But we have heavily rejected it. And so even Anthony Fauci's like, I'm not really working. Ground troops, go forward. So they brought all those legislatures from Texas because they knew they were going to lose in a resounding no about the voter reform. They knew. So they're doing a last ditch effort, and they're doing their desperate thing. And even Fauci's like, we need special messengers. We need, message. And he's like threatening. That's him threatening this little maggot. And I've said this before. I'm gonna Ray Lewis him. And Ray Lewis is a legendary middle linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what Bongino did. And this is where I first heard the story. We're going to go and we're going to take the ball and not even going to intercept it. We're just going to knock it out of Fauci's hands. So right when he thought he was going to catch a touchdown, he's like, yeah, got this, got this. What? Nope. And then we're going to take your participation award, Fauci, and we're going to break it over our knee. That's where we're coming from, okay? Because we've seen the attack over 2020, and now we're shooting back. That was the significance and the symbolism that I did when I said I'm going to shoot the dagger. It wasn't that I was waving a magic wand. It was just I saw it coming. And it's your karma. It's coming back. It was your warning of the universe saying it's coming back. And I knew it was coming. And now it's coming hand over fist. And they wanted to take these people, especially from Texas, because they knew they were going to lose the vote. And they brought them there as a publicity stunt, but more importantly as a publicity stunt to let their ground troops, okay, know that we are in control. Look what we did over 2020. The lawlessness that went on. We control the White House. We succeeded. They're losing. And it's like this frail thing. And they literally, those people in Texas, those poor people, well, they're not poor people. They signed on. They know what they were doing. And now they have to own up to it. You signed with the cabal, and now you will fall. And that's what happened to them. They're like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter about their house. It didn't matter about their dogs. It didn't matter about their sexual orientation or whatever. They had to go to D.C. They had to get on that plane and go to D.C. And literally everything that they were given has been taken away. And that's going to happen to everybody else. They're trying to act like this is a power play. We're in Washington. We own this. We own. You don't own nothing, dude. That was a swamp. They had to return to the swamp. You understand? Now you understand the swamp? They said return to the swamp, and they're trying to put little Fauci out there like, we got this. We're gonna check your messages. We're gonna come door to door. You guys are falling apart. But they want to let, this is a message. This is like the bat signal to their ground troops. Okay, this is the bat signal to the ground troops. The people that covered up the windows in Minneapolis when the thing occurred in November 3rd, 2020. All that, when we did all that, these ground troops are being exposed now, and now you're starting to see the agenda, okay? And this goes to homelessness as well. And it was so funny because I've been a bartender for so long. In San Diego, I ran into a council member, and he was just there doing something. He might have been a lawyer or a judge. He didn't really tell me, but he was in San Diego, and he was walking around. And this is what happens being a bartender like I was, not being like AOC, like a Hooters girl, okay? I sat there and I had a couple beers with the guy, and he was going off about, like, this is such a beautiful city. I don't understand what happened. What happened to the homelessness? And he just starts going off on me, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, do you want another shot or something? You know, what's going on? Like, I'm just the bartender. I don't know. But he starts going off about, like, I used to be a councilman here, and I was appointed to be the councilman to get rid of homelessness. And we went, and I don't understand. We asked him, what do you want? How can we fix this? And they tried to throw money at it. right? And I was watching the Mark K show today, and they were talking about how they're going to throw money at homelessness, throw money at it. Throwing money at homelessness is like giving Felicia from Friday. It's like Ice Cube giving Felicia his TV and expecting it to come back the next day. No, you're gonna find Felicia drugged out in Debo's bedroom the next day. That's what you're gonna find, homie. You just gave your money to crack. You went to a crackhead and was like, "What can I do to make your life better?" And then Felicia was like, "Oh, for what?" And you got Debo behind her, like, well, "For real, that's what he should do. For what we need." These people are clueless, and this is the people in Congress, and this is what they're doing. You know what I mean? This is the people in the legislatures that are running things, that are running us into the ground because they're owned and bought. And that showed you when they went to a private jet, a private jet that they had ready for them, and they went on a charter jet and went to D.C. Why did they do that? Publicity, son. There it is, man. It's being exposed. Like I said, when I shot the dagger, it was a symbolic gesture for the universe to like let it's coming, because I knew it was coming. It wasn't that I did anything. It was just I knew it was coming. Here it comes. It's coming down the line, and now it's here, and now you can see it. And I was on the Mark K show. I was just commenting. I wasn't on it, but it was just like, and I talked about the homeless people, and that's another arm of their assets. They want to keep people homeless, and then it's another system, another form of the system. And I grew up on the system. I grew up on welfare. I grew up in the ghettos. You might look at me and go, "Oh, Mike, he's got all this." You know what? Just a few years ago, this apartment right here was empty. It didn't have one piece of furniture, one artwork, and nothing, because the girl I was living with at the time just went bat crazy on me, and I couldn't take it no more. And I finally just started packing up my car. When she realized what was happening, she's like, "This dude is trying to like grab his things and go." I had to go because I was like fearful for my life and my little ding ding. So I got in my car and left. I purchased this, or got this apartment. Thankfully, it was available, and I had to sleep for like 2 months because I still had to work and live my life. But she took all my earthly belongings and just, I don't know what she did with it. I don't know what she did with it. The only reason I got to realize that she didn't keep it is she had some parrots that were a little bit not supposed, not kosher. And so I said, "Hey, if you don't tell me what's up, I'm going to tell immigration about your kosher," because I was down in Mexico. And I got to go check it out. Not all my earthly belongings were gone. All my football card collection, all my sport collection, all my camera. Sorry about the blue thing. I just opened up a bag of ice. But all my like camera, my camera lenses, my tripods. Can you imagine the camera I have right now? I'd have everything. I'm dealing with all these little things still to this date. I would have XLR, Nikon, everything. Super dope lenses. Gone. So don't, these people were like commenting on my comment. Don't ever comment on my comment. I'm 41 years old, about to be 42, and I've been there and I've done that. I sat there with people that go, "Oh, I've been married 32 years," and they get the accolades. They're like, "Hey," and then 6 beers later, they're like, "Do not ever get married. Stay single." And I'm not saying that that's the life for everybody, but I'm just saying, like, this is a guy that, he'll tell you all the things you want to hear, all the cliches, all the this and this and that, but then he gets 6 beers in him. He's like, "Dude, I haven't lived since I was 19." And that's why if you are a young bartender, if you are a young server, you're going to see a lot of these dudes that are like 45 years old and they get a couple beers in them and a shot and they just start acting crazy. It's because they haven't lived since they were like 20 years old. They had this little brief moment and they got to live. And that's reality. And this is the reality that I've seen. And now we're seeing it. It's being exposed. I've seen the homeless people be controlled and manipulated. And now they're moving them around and they're doing all this. And when Fauci came out there and said, we got to get your private messengers to door to door, he's telling the cabal that's out there, and you're starting to see it in the schools with the CRT, with all this stuff. These people are out there. They're out there controlling the homeless people. Getting these homeless. How do you get a homeless person from California to Texas? Come on. That's you got to go through Arizona. Have you ever driven in Arizona with an air conditioned car just on a random day? But the homeless person got there. You know how he got there? He got there in an air conditioned bus, food paid for. And then when he got there, he went to the building they told him to go with an address, just like they're doing with these illegal immigrants. And they're showing on Project Veritas and Alex Jones how they're just coming across the border. They're getting let in, and they get these manila envelopes, and then they just, who knows where they go. It's a whole sick agenda. It's weird. It's crazy, but it's all about manipulating things. Why is the governor of Gavin Newsom saying, "Oh, you live in a car or a tent? Why don't we just make that a residence, a house, a home? Yeah, why not? It sounds good." He's literally doing it. Look it up, because he is. Like, oh, you live in a tent on the side of the road? Let's just make that a residence. And you haven't been to California. You haven't seen. If you want to see it, look at Anomaly and Benny Johnson. They went with cameras and filmed it. I've been to Los Angeles. I've seen this destruction of California. I've seen the destruction of Portland and Seattle. They tried to move it to Texas, and that's why Texas is under siege. They specifically went after Austin. That's why where did all these homeless people come from? Just yeah, because they're being used and manipulated, and you give them $300-400, they don't care. They'll sleep on the street. Matter of fact, they'll eat trash out of the trash can and be fine and save up their $200 or $300. Next thing you know, they got $1,000 and they're balling. They don't care. And then you can manipulate them when you need them. That's what's happening. Same with in DC. Same thing. Just get them. Okay. Now I want you to run up in this building, that building, this building, that building. So understand what's happening is strategic, and you're starting to see it. And that's why I said shoot the dagger and start cutting the tentacles off everything. And it's starting to happen. All right. And it's sad to see, but it's reality. And I saw it a long time ago. Now it's time for y'all to see it and start to wake up and see what's going on. If you haven't seen, like, it's so strange. Why do they want to jab you so much? Why do they want to jab you so much? It's not like, I don't even want to get into that. Just question that. Why do they want to jab you so much? Why don't they put the jab in you so much? And I'm not going to go there. But anyways, I read this live. I think I covered all my topics. I was a little upset, but I figured it out. My phone got updated, and I still want to get my point across. I think I did. I got my 2 cents out there, and I want to download it, throw it over to Rumble, see how it goes. I tried to download it on my computer, but my computer's so ancient I couldn't trust it. But then I looked at my phone. I was like, man, crisp. So anyways, things are I don't think I covered it. Did I cover this? I don't think I covered this. Okay, little tutorial on my tutorial. I don't think I covered. No, I didn't, because I was so mad. So anyway, okay, I'm back to normal. Anyways, let me get a little swig. Hold on. All right, I got this. Look it. So anyway, I was having some glitches, and I view everything through my phone. I don't deal with my computer because that thing is a handful. But what I did was I moved my light back, which has the phones. I got a circle light, so I moved it back. And then when I did that, I noticed I had a weird angle, and I wanted to keep my little clock right here. I got a clock right here. I wanted to keep it in the frame, but I couldn't because I wanted to keep this in the frame. And then I moved it back just a little bit, and then I noticed like this weird angle. So hopefully this cuts a little bit of the weird stuff, because I noticed my face was like wiggling a little bit, having some errors. So moving my camera back, and then I got my light on 4 brown, and that's pretty good. And that hopefully helps. So we'll see how that goes. But like, you got to keep testing things and keep practicing and keep upgrading things. Also, I got my microphone here. When I did that, when I moved my microphone, I moved it a little bit up. And so like literally there's like a windshield like right here. And so I got my microphone, I brought it closer to me, so hopefully my sound's better. So if you're looking to get into some things like this, you can. And so it's looking pretty good. I looked at it in my last live before I deleted it, and it looked really good. So my lives are getting better. I've been really happy with my last couple of lives, but I think this is going to be really major upgrades, and then we'll see how it goes from there. It looked terrible on my computer, but my computer is just old. On my phone it looked really good, and I usually view most of my things from my phone. I think most people do. So that's what I did. Hopefully it improves it. Let's see what happens. Check the light. It was just I was practicing earlier on my phone, and I moved the camera and the light back just a little bit. And you know what? You know what it was? I was just literally like right here. You got this line right here, and that's where the camera needs to be, especially when you have like things on both sides. It needs to be centered. Mine was literally just a ½ inch this way, a ½ inch. And then it was just like the angle was weird, and I moved it back just about a ½ inch because I got this cord right here from a microphone. It's right here, and it's only about a 10 or 12 inch cord until I get the new cord and new mic, which this mic is sounding much better. I keep practicing with it, but Just to let you know, if you're like, make sure if you're filming like in a room like this, make sure it's dead center. Mine was just 1/2 inch off, and that caused me to put the angle on the camera a little different, which could cause other things to move. And we'll see. I gotta upload it, and then I got pissed because it wouldn't give me the option to upload the thing in HD. And if you are filming lives on Facebook, you can download them to your phone. They'll be slightly less quality. That's why I get so upset, because I already know it's going to be downgraded a little bit when I go do post it on Rumble. And it makes me mad because it's like, dude, I'm trying my best to make it like the highest quality, and to already know that it's like being down quality and the down quality more. That's what really gets me upset, because I'm like, dude, yo, at least let me get like 740 quality, you know what I mean? Because 1080p is what I want to do, and that's what this phone does. But they pump you out the lower quality from the Facebook Live. I'm sure there's something in the future I can research and make sure that it goes higher. But the Facebook, this is what really pissed me off. Okay, this is what really pissed me off, because when you do a live on Facebook, okay, it will give you the option to go and upload it in HD on Facebook. So my lives on Facebook, I think the last couple lives on Facebook have been legit. You know, a little bit of twerky here, but they didn't even give me that option. And then I uploaded it just to like test it, and then I lost my cool. I mean, I didn't do anything bad. I just, went on my computer and checked it, and then I came back and redid this live, and I was a little hot-headed, but whatever. It was what it was. But we're here now, and I knew that I was going to be doing this. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents. Don't get too frustrated. You're going to come into bumps in the road, especially, keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it, especially for the young people out there. It's just going to be bumps in the road. You just got to calm down, meditate, breathe. Maybe get you a little rum and cokey or something. This is how I calm down. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're drinking. You're a maniac." Oh, look at me. I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm a maniac. Oh, look at. No, it just calms me down. Makes my nerves cool. But anyway, my 2 cents. Find out whatever makes you calm down, and just never get too extreme. So you could probably see from the beginning of the video to now, I'm starting to relax. I think this was a good live. I got my little tutorial out, and good luck. Peace out.